did it. We finally made it back to Sacramento Raceway. All I gotta do is put the slicks on, get the car ready to race. I gotta top it off with a little bit of gas. Justin's setting up the cameras right now. Take this thing out and make a few passes, see what it does. All right, so just to recap, the things I changed on it this time are it's got a 266 gear T56. I put a line lock in it, and then I threw a new shifter handle for the line lock, and then the intake is ported a little bit more, and then I reworked the throttle body a little bit. Oh, and I changed the mid pipe, and then I removed the cutouts. That's the only thing that's different from last time. Oh, and also the cooling fan works now. So that should help us out a lot. Going to wrap up today's trip. The best I got was 11.400 at 120.16. So that was the first pass right off the trailer, and that was with a 157 60 foot 728 to the 8th, 95 miles an hour to the 8th. The next two passes were pretty much the same. Not pretty much the same, they're pretty fucking close, but they're a little bit slower. I went from the second pass was 11.462 at 119.59, and then the last pass was 11.478 at 119.78. I can't get this thing to 60 foot less than a 1.5. It's a little irritating. Still haven't quite figured out the Viking double adjustable coilovers, and I'm not even sure if the spring rate's right for this car. I don't even know what the spring rate is. I got these things used, so I'm kind of just making do with what I got. But I think that's going to be good enough for right now for a baseline. And then so now what we can do is we'll rip the exhaust out, install the long tubes, fab up the X pipe. That sounded fast. Shut it down. But yeah, I'll throw the exhaust in, I'll re-dyno it, and then see what it does, and then we'll come back out to the track. I think after I do that, I want to put the drag springs back in it, and I might even change the shocks, because this car used to 60 foot with about the same horsepower. It used to 60 foot like a 14460. So like I'm missing a 10th off the 60 foot. This thing sucks. Oh, and I realized I think I undergeared it. I took too much gear out of it, because I went from the 488s, and then now I got the 456s, and then it's not revving out nowhere near as far as I need it to. So just to on the first pass, just to keep everything the same, I shifted every gear at about 7,500 RPM, and then I went through the traps. In fourth gear, it hit maybe 7,000. I used to rev this thing out to like 8,000 RPM. So yeah, when I did that, I think I went through the traps at like 66 or 67. So I just killed the gearing on it. I keep going back and forth with not enough gear, too much gear, now not enough gear again. But I keep changing things. I keep changing like the gearing and the transmission, and then change the rear end gears. And so it's just, I'm still ironing things out. It'll get faster, it'll get more consistent. I mean, it's pretty fucking consistent. When I hot lapped it, it went from 146 to 147, so it's pretty consistent. Not too many changes, so yeah. Even though it's not as fast as I wanted it to be, today's still a success. The car didn't break. It wasn't 100 degrees. It was still like 80 degrees today, like 75 to 80, something like that. The DA I think was like 1,200 feet or something. So it's not ideal, but not horrible. So yeah, let's put in those long tubes.